John Moravec and I recently wrote an article together for the journal On the Horizon, which is a journal of higher education futures, and not limited to that, but mostly that. And we looked at a systematic or a systemic approach to education futures. 3 components: mechanical, thinking rigidly and sort of gear-like, Newtonian modeling. The second was evolutionary, can call that scientifically like. How is the system evolving? How can we project or predict the future of it, the education system, whatever it is? And the third was creative or teleological. Can we, despite what we might find in the mechanical and the evolutionary models, go in and do something we want to do, whoever we are, to an education system or build one from scratch, ground up, and all that? Now, what's important about these 3 things, which of course people can read in the article and in the text that accompanies this video, is that these are 3 simple enough, graspable ideas of alternative framing for education analysis, projection of alternate futures, and decision making, that grade school kids can use them, as well as PhDs and post-PhDs. This is very, very exciting stuff. And bottom line, I think what we need is better approaches to utilizing the creative human mind. And for once, we're bringing out a systems approach that is focused on that. We also need to bring out the observational or scientific. That's what the self-organizing systems approach is all about. And finally, we need to kind of keep what works, which is the mechanical model. So MET, mechanical, evolutionary, and teleological, or creative. That's what the article's about. I think the so what of this is that, we're spending billions a year in the United States and across the world, trillions on education at all levels every year. And let's face it, the human capital potential, I believe there are enough critics for me to say this definitively. They're saying we're not getting enough out of our money. The human capital potential is not being realized as it should be, and certainly not enacted as it should be. So the MET approach is significant because it allows us to move toward application and the specification of our framing of what we mean when we say education or learning. And then what those 3 models, or if you will, framers, enable us to do after that is intelligible. We can communicate it to other people who have the same framework or a different one, or a combination of the 3. So that's why it's important, because we've got to get this thing on a higher plane of discourse. At the same time, it has to be more nitty-gritty and applied at the same time. So that means a laboratory-like MET approach to learning would be something that we can discuss in the future.